Welcome back to Flow Tricks. This is Ken, and you are in the brand new studio. This is probably the last video. I'm gonna have a performance month. Next month, we are going to be into staff month. I also wanna let you guys know, you have, I think, 4 days until the Dragon Staff giveaway is done. So make sure you look up the very last video. If we get enough Patreon support, we will be giving away a free Dragon Staff, and it's an LED one. If you don't know what that is, take a look at the last video. Not only that, it helps support a great cause. I'm really trying to get things out there with the mobile app and the website, as well as, supporting this studio so I can make plenty more videos in the future. I come to the studio to record private lessons, and I'm going to share one openly because I was working with Derek Fish and I was working with Dennis Halby when I was coming down here. But I was looking at Derek and he said he wanted to be better at performance, which is good because it's performance month. And I was like, this is gonna be awesome because I can share this with the crowd. So I would like to give you some good tips to avoid when you want to transition over to performing. Okay, so I'm gonna do something and you tell me what you see. Here's number one. There's actually quite a bit going on here, but you can see that I have good control of the chucks. But what's happening is your chest. This is how I like to teach, is your chest is a spotlight. And basically, the spotlight man is going woo, 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 woo. It's because your center of energy, like your focus, like this focal point, is beaming everywhere. So one thing you can do to help your performances is try this. Just do this drill with me. Now you don't want to be like this either, right? Like you don't want to spin like this, but see if you can get your body to stop turning so much. So your feet, instead of putting them close together, widen them like you're a tripod, like those photography lights, how they have a tripod at the bottom and a solid center. Try that. Take your feet, put them at least shoulder width apart, slightly bigger, and then I want to see you spin your nunchucks. But right now I want to see you just keep your body really stiff. This is going to cause more of a stretch in your shoulder a little bit as it goes behind you, but there's a point to this. Now from there, I want to see just maybe a minimal turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend our knees just slightly, and we're just kind of leaning with it. This is better because what we're doing is we're keeping the circles nice, but our body isn't following it. If your body follows it, it can help, it can work, but you can even see just me being hunched over and my body following it. What's happening is the chucks are controlling me at this moment. Like I have the control of the chucks, but only if my body's following it. But if you can create this motion where your body can stay nice and still while we do all these moves, then all of a sudden you are controlling the chuck. It's the exact opposite. So, number one, if you see your chest following the chuck, if your chest is moving with the motion of the chuck, see if you can lock it forward. So, hand forward, make sure your chest is beating at your hand right now while you're doing it. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it can move a little bit, but let's not get it past this. Here, here. Tell me about this one. Got a lot of footwork going on here, but a lot of footwork doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be more expressive any more than me talking a lot and throwing out a bunch of words is going to make it more powerful. But as you're moving, this is generally not the best spot to be in unless we're staying in horizontal mode. So your trick is when you go home or when you're at home, draw a line on the floor. Draw a line on the floor and always have both feet touching that line. See if you can do a freestyle without your feet moving off that line. That doesn't mean don't move. That just means if you turn, make sure that your feet are always stepping on that line. So you're making 180-degree turns. Now later, of course, we can do different types of motions, but essentially right now, I just want to see that. So if you're walking, see if you can walk from side to side like this. Okay? If you're walking like this, diagonal motions, it's a very complicated thing. You can make it look good, but it usually backfires. So stay very sideways. Here. instead of this. I'm doing the same motion, but if I don't have any bearings, you know, if I have no bearings, it kind of just looks like I'm a little bit dizzy, possibly even drunk, which, you know. My last tip that I can give you, super important, and that is get out of your head, get out of your head, get out of your head. Do you remember the first time you, not everyone has, but the first time you fell in love? And I'm sure you were swarmed with thoughts and swarmed with everything, but there was something else that overtook you. And if you thought too hard, you would create resistance, right? The harder you thought, the more resistance you created to the actual situation. But if you, the first time you were in love, the moment you just made your move, right? The moment you did an action, it was so different than anything you could think of, even though your brain is just exploding with these ideas. Or the first time you got in a sparring match. You had all these ideas of how you would handle your opponent. And then you get in the ring and you realize, oh wait, he reacts differently. This is a totally different thing. Get out of your head. Your head has an idea for how things are. But if you're new at performance, it is not synchronized to the reality of things. It's not ready for the crowd. It's not ready for blinding lights in your eyes or really weird floors. And you have to pay attention to all of that so you can be a living expression. Remember, the chucks move through you. You don't move the chucks. If you're moving the chucks, if you're thinking about it, it becomes this robotic, mechanical thing, which can look good if this is a sport. Like if we do it like a sport, it can still look good, but as an art form, as a way to express yourself, the best advice I can give you, get out of your head, feel it. Feel it like you would feel being in love. Feel it like you would feel the first time you did something amazing. Really enjoy it. Don't stress yourself out. Don't think too hard about it. Because in the end, art comes from here. Just once you tap into that thing here, whatever that is, that primal thing inside, you know, it comes from your heart. It comes from your passion, your soul, your expression, or whatever you want to call it. If you can tap into that, you're good. No matter how your techniques look, if you can bare your soul and your emotions out on stage, it will shine through, even if you drop it, even if you make a mistake. But if you don't, they won't. So, bare your soul. Simple as that, right? Anyways, hope you enjoyed this. This is the last of performance. Next month we are going to be doing staff, and then who knows what happens after that. I don't know. I'll take requests. Next month is staff month, and then after that is maybe recommend something for me, or I'll just choose one. All right, take care, everybody.